Okay, so I think I mentioned it's been a while since I played this, and I forgot that Kate's story was also slightly sad in this, and so now I'm like, oh god, have I made a mistake? Should I have picked a different game? It's about 10 in the morning by the time I get to the diner the next day. There's still a decent crowd, even though it's a little before the lunch rush. Mostly the usual suspects enjoying a late breakfast. Truckers, cops, and a few students like me. Joyce keeps a watchful eye over these particular patrons. She smiles at me, however, and I wave at her. There's no shortage of seats, so I idle by the door for a moment. Yesterday, Kate and I agreed to meet here so we could discuss locations for the photo contest. I was a little hesitant to ask for her help at first. Kate seems to have a lot on her mind lately. She's been more shy than usual, rarely emerging from her dorm room except to go to class. I'm not sure what's going on, but I don't want to give her more stress than she already has. But seeing her face light up reassured me that I've made the right choice in asking her. Maybe this will help get her mind off whatever's bothering her. Or at least make her laugh when I make an ass of myself entering a shitty photo. Speak of the devil, or angel in this case, Kate enters the diner. She looks a little bewildered, but she smiles when she sees me beckoning her to stand next to me. Hi, Kate. Hey, Max. Sorry if I kept you waiting. I've actually never been here before, so I had to look it up on the bus schedule before I left. She may have kept me waiting for all of 3 minutes, if that. It's not the first time I've had to wait on someone. Take Chloe, for example. Don't get me wrong, she's my best friend, but girl can't keep an appointment to save her life. Kate, on the other hand, is almost painfully considerate. Always putting other people first. I guess that's what makes me want to look out for her. The thought of someone as sweet as Kate losing her reasons to smile seems wrong. No worries. Is a booth okay? I gesture to one in the corner near the old jukebox. Kate nods and we both make our way over to it, sitting on opposite sides. Wow, does it always smell so good in here? She looks like she's literally in heaven from the smell of the delish breakfast food being prepared. I can't help but smile as I reply. Yes, Joyce is an amazing cook. She'll take good care of you. A waitress shows up to take our drink orders. Coffee for me, tea for Kate. She may be an early bird, but I need my caffeine fix. When the waitress comes back, I order my usual stack of pancakes, and Kate orders the same thing, apparently trusting my judgment. When Kate takes a sip of her tea, she practically melts into the cushion behind her, like she's truly relaxing for the first time in a while. I notice the shadows under her eyes, for the first time since we sat down, and feel a pang of uneasiness in my stomach. She looks really tired. I can't help but wonder how she's doing. Should I say something about it? Oh god, I don't remember anything about anything. I'm gonna just be sincere about it. Are you feeling okay? No offense, but you look a little worn down. She seems surprised that I asked, but recovers almost immediately. I'm fine, just a little stressed out with, life in general. I'm still not sure she's telling me everything, but I better not push her for now. She probably has her reasons. I hear that. But listen, if you need to talk about anything, I'm here, okay? I get another genuine smile out of her as she sips her tea again, the warmth of it putting some color back in her cheeks. Thanks, Max. I really do appreciate it. Our food arrives and I immediately dig in, not realizing how hungry I had been until Joyce's famous pancakes were right under my nose. Looks like someone's hungry. I look from the half-eaten meal on my plate to Kate's, hardly touched in comparison. I can hear my mom chiding me in the back of my head, but the grin on Kate's face tells me that she hardly minds. It's warm and glowing and makes me smile right back at her like a huge dork. Kate seems to have that effect on me. More than I thought, apparently. Kate just laughs. I don't blame you. These are better than anything I've had in the Blackwell cafeteria. Make sure you pass that on to Joyce. I will if I see her before we leave, but she probably hears that kind of thing all the time. I shouldn't bother her. I reach across the table and nudge her hand gently with my own. You're never a bother, Kate. You gotta believe that. She looks at her hand, then back up at me, grinning again. I'll try, Max. She smiles so much when we're alone together. Kate doesn't open up to a lot of people, preferring to keep herself most of the time. I'm one of the lucky ones that get to see the other side of Kate, her chatty, bubbly side. It makes me feel awesome. After I finish inhaling my breakfast and Kate goes about eating hers, I decide to bring up the contest entry. Alright, we don't have a lot of time, so we need to think of a game plan. Kate looks up from where she's been twirling her fork and the remnants of her pancakes, giving me her full attention instead. Right, what did you have in mind? The location of the photo is going to be really important, so let's focus on that first. Do you have any... I stopped, suddenly very aware of Kate's eyes on me. Not focusing on my words, but on me in particular. What? Do I have something on my face? Kate laughs, breaking the tension in an instant. Yes, actually, you've got a bit of... Here. She leans over the table between us and gently wipes the corner of my mouth with a napkin. She does it so naturally and gently that I barely have time to register what's happening. Before I can react, she's seated again. There, that's better. Thanks. I touched the side of my mouth where Kate's hand had ghosted, feeling a slight heat in my cheeks. It felt really nice to get her attention. Alright, Max, focus, the contest, remember? See, that's why I picked you to be my partner, Kate. I'd be all over the place without you. Yeah, about that. Kate fingers her cross necklace self-consciously, like there's something on her mind. What's up? Kate shrugs, looking away. Are you worried about the contest? It's not that. Her eyes snap back to mine. I'm not worried about you handling the contest, Max. I'm just not sure why you picked me to help you. What do you mean? I haven't been feeling myself lately. What if I slow you down, or mess you up? I just don't think I'm as talented as you. If I screwed up your chances of winning, I'd feel awful. Wow, she's really beating herself up over this. Kate. Maybe you should pick someone else to help you instead of me. I won't have any hard feelings, I promise. There's no way I want anyone else to help me besides Kate. What could I possibly say to reassure her? So I think you want to shoot for... Just do your best. I give her a small smile. Winning's not everything, Kate. She sighs and rubs her forehead. I know. This is important to you. It is important to me, and it would be cool to win, but... Let's just see what happens, okay? I picked you as my partner, and that means I'm going to stick with you to the end. I'm not asking you to be amazing, just that you try your best. She looks uncertain. And what if my best isn't good enough? That doesn't matter, I just want you to try, okay? She seems to think it over, finally nodding. Okay, Max. You seem to have faith in me, so I trust you. And you can trust me on this. Things will work out one way or another. If you say so. We finish our drinks and get ready to exit the diner. According to my phone, it's only been an hour since we sat down to breakfast, so there's still plenty of time left in the day. Did I? Yeah, okay. Where to now, Max? Do you have any ideas for a location? Okay, so I'm gonna do the one for Kate deciding where to take the picture, because it's precious. Oh, follow me, Max. After 2 whales, we boarded the bus out of town. We were pulled to stop in front of a large white building, the hospital. I glanced around as we entered, taking in the atmosphere. It was nothing special inside. White walls, shining linoleum floors, people in scrubs darting in and out of patients' rooms. Just an ordinary hospital. If it weren't for the television in the waiting room or the hushed voice of the receptionist taking calls at the front desk, the whole place would be eerily quiet. I look over at Kate, envious of her calm. Hospitals give me the creeps. What could possibly be worthy of a photo contest entry in a place like this? Kate leads the way, skipping the receptionist and heading straight to the elevator. She presses the button to go up, and we wait for the elevator to descend. So, a hospital, huh? Unlike Kate, who actually looks very sure of herself here, I'm a little skeptical. Also, I'm just now looking in the background, and I'm noticing there's definitely a mixed dog back there, and what looks like maybe Max, Chloe, and Kate? Stick figures? I'm not sure. Cute, though. I know what you're thinking, but, well, just trust me. It'll make sense once you see what we're doing. She must be able to sense my unease, because after a pause she turns to look at me. You do trust me, right, Max? Of course. No question. Kate's never steered me wrong before. Yes, of course I trust you. I'm just a little nervous. I haven't been to a hospital since... Okay, you're gonna laugh, but when I was little, I chewed the eye off my teddy bear and swallowed it. Kate's concern instantly melts away as she smiles. That is so cute. Well, I guess I shouldn't say that. You must have been so scared. I was. I just remember, like, doctors in white coats looming over me. Freaky. I shivered a little at the memory. To this day, I still can't watch medical dramas without getting creeped out. Before my mind can stray to any dark places, I feel fingers brushing gently against mine, making my heart skip slightly. No doctors will get you this time, don't worry. Her voice, gentle and reassuring, makes me slightly less anxious. The elevator arrives, and we step inside. Kate presses the 4 button almost immediately, like she's done this countless times before. The door opens, and Kate gently beckons me forward with a nod of her head. She's buzzing with energy, looking around the wing in excitement. It's actually really adorable. Looking around, I don't blame her. Colors are splashed along the walls, completely contrasting the blank ones on the floor below. The main area is filled with plush chairs and beanbags, and there's a small white table with chairs in the corner, littered with toys and coloring books. A children's wing? Mm-hmm. After scoping out the area, she turns back to me with a grin. It looks like no one's around. Should we surprise them? She points to one of the rooms down a corridor. I shake my head. You go first. I'll wait out here. I've never been that good around kids. Not like Kate. She's a natural mothering type. Kate bumps my shoulder slightly with her own as she walks past me to stand outside one of the rooms. They don't bite, you know. She flashes a mischievous grin and darts into the patient's room before I can retort. I don't mind. It's so nice having Kate in good spirits again. A moment later, I hear her talking in a soft voice, then a shriek of absolute delight. It doesn't take long for the other kids to catch on, a small crowd gathering outside the room Kate is in. They ambush her as she leaves the room, gathering around her legs and all babbling at her excitedly. Kate is all smiles, and her usual shyness is gone completely as she listens and responds to each one of the kids. A few of them turn towards me and I freeze. Kate smiles in my direction and looks down at the kids. That's my friend Max. She takes the prettiest pictures with her camera. I flush and shake my head. I don't know about that. I can't meet Kate's green eyes right now, so dart mine around the room instead. There's a stack of coloring book pages on the little table, all filled in with crayon. Looks like I might have competition from these guys anyway. This seems to distract the attention off me as the kids eagerly drag Kate towards the table, wanting to show off their work. I hang back, sinking into one of the beanbag chairs to watch them some more, amazed at Kate's ability to handle them so well. Caring, patient, and attentive, she really knows how to listen to each of them individually. The kids eventually get caught up in drawing more pictures, and Kate sinks down next to me. It's a big beanbag, so I move over to make room for her. They're sweet, don't you think? I thought they'd give us some inspiration for a nice photo. I think so too. These kids are so innocent and sweet. It's a nice break from how harsh the world can be. A perfect subject for a photo. Kate looks happy at my approval. They're the sweetest kids I know. Letting them be the stars of your photo is going to mean a lot to them. Makes them feel important, you know? I nod sympathetically. They're all really young. It must be tough being away from their parents. After a beat, Kate says something else softly, looking at her hands instead of me. It means a lot to me, for sure. Kate's voice is full of sincerity and gratitude. Let's keep the focus on the kids. I shrug. You can thank the kids, honestly, for being so adorable. Kate smiles. Aren't they? I owe a lot to them, actually. Being around them makes me so happy. That's good to hear. Maybe that's why she's been upset lately. Not enough time to visit these little tykes. That would make sense. Being around them ought to make her feel better. Definitely. They really love you too. It's so cute. Looks like I made Kate blush this time. I know, some of them don't get a lot of attention. Their parents are either rich or leave all the kids' care up to the nurses, or so busy working to provide for the rest of the families that they can't make it out here in person. So I try to keep them occupied. Kate, that's so awesome. You're like their cool big sister. Kate raises an eyebrow. Cool kids spend their time volunteering on weekends? I'm not sure some of our classmates would agree with you. I rolled my eyes just thinking about the cool kids at Blackwell. Jocks and narcissists that like to tear other people down. Art school comes with its snobs, unfortunately. Definitely. Volunteering is totally punk rock, as Chloe would say. Really think so? There's a noticeable change in Kate's tone, quiet and despondent, as she turns her attention to the kids instead of me. Kate? Something's definitely bothering her. I sensed it back at the diner, but I feel it even stronger now. We don't speak for a moment. I reach out to touch her shoulder gently, causing her to jump a little. Sorry, I zoned out. Kate, whatever's going on, I want to help. Kate sighs, looking at her hands. I don't know if you can. Let me try at least? I know I don't always have the best ideas, but I don't like to see you hurting. This brings her attention back to me. I smile encouragingly. You trust me, don't you? I don't expect her to agree so quickly, but she does. I do trust you, Max. Okay. I've been dealing with some really mean people recently. What? Who? Max's offended face is quite possibly one of the best things to come out of this game. I've seen people use that a lot. Who would even be mean to Kate? It started with the Bible study I tried to start at Blackwell. I was just trying to make a safe space for discussion, but some kids didn't like it. First, someone wrote curse words on my room slate. Then Hayden and his friends started whispering about me in the halls. And then somebody made awful drawings of me. She doesn't explain further, and I don't want to make her. I'm already plenty furious. I don't get very angry this often, but when it comes to Kate, I feel like I have to protect her, especially now when she's getting ganged up on for no reason. Kate, I'm sorry, I had no idea. Better that you didn't. I'm probably just being too sensitive. No, you're not. Nobody deserves to be treated like that. Especially not Kate. Poor thing. Kate shrugs. Maybe, but what can I do about it? I'm not strong like you, Max. Ooh, okay, this is a rougher one. I seem to recall telling her to ignore them. Or really telling anybody to just ignore them is actually terrible advice. So I'm gonna go with stand up for yourself. You can't let them walk all over you like that. If you don't stand up for yourself, they're just going to keep going after you. That is not okay, so you've got to tell them to step off before it gets worse. Kate considers this, looking a little intimidated at the notion. I know I should, but I just... You don't think you're strong enough. I know. But you're so kind to me, and these kids, and even the people who aren't nice to you. That makes you stronger than they could ever hope to be. That's nice of you to say, Max. I just don't know if I believe it. I shake my head. You've got this, Kate. I have faith in you. Kate nods. You always have, so I'll try to do it. For you. Do it for yourself first. That's the most important thing. Kate actually beams at this, and I get that warm, awesome feeling in my chest. You're a blessing, Max. Kate gets to her feet and takes a glance at the clock. I'm a little tired now that I got that off my chest. Would you mind heading back to Blackwell now? After I say goodbye to the kids, of course. Sure, whenever you're ready. Watching her light up as she talks to the kids again eases my worries. I just hope my advice helped her.